and welcome to my channel. I'm the Angry Simmer, and on today's video we're going to be remodeling the upstairs portion of this beautiful home that is in Brindleton Bay. It's the large lot that you don't have to move a family out of, and what I've done here is basically I intended to do the entire thing on this video, but I got distracted whenever I placed the family here and the Sims started to go into the house, and it was late and I didn't feel like going through the commands of getting five people to get out of the living room. So I just decided I'd start with the upstairs, and you know what, it took me 2 hours to remodel the upstairs anyways, so we're gonna do this in 2 separate videos. I know that's not everybody's favorite thing in the whole world, but you know what, I kind of feel like we get to focus on the bedrooms and bathrooms in here, and the downstairs is kind of challenging because I've put in a kind of like a theater room upstairs and an office, and so if you've ever played on this lot, the downstairs is kind of a useless floor plan. Like the kitchen's off and to the side, and it's a huge kitchen with space dedicated to having cats and dogs over there, which, you know, is great, especially for this expansion. But when you think about it, that would have been a better place for a dining room, and then they had like this giant storage room upstairs for nothing. It was completely empty except for like 3 box things, which you can see over there. And then like there's a solarium that has some flowers in there, but just in general it's just a weird layout down there, and so tomorrow we'll get into that one. But yeah, I have to figure out what I'm gonna do with it because frankly it's a little strange down there, and I don't know. This room, I kind of thought while I was making it that it's not a great idea to put a I'm guessing I've styled her as in she's like an 8-year-old in this room, like 7, yeah, I'd say 8 to 10 years old. And there's a fireplace in this room, but I didn't feel like any other room really fit for that. And I might change this into being, like get a butler and switch that around, but it's such a small room. It's weird to put a full-size adult in there. So that's why I thought, well, you know, it's a little kid. Maybe we'll just pretend like it can't start a fire. Like they took all the stuff out or they've blocked it. But I was thinking about putting radiators in all the other rooms and things like that, because I imagine this house was built before central heat and air. So yeah. So I'm still continuing, by the way, on that Maxis Match CC adventure. And, you know, the desks and dressers and things like that, some of those are broken. So basically the only stuff that I have that works anyways, that's desks and chest of drawers and tables, or Peacemaker, and beds. We went with Peacemaker and Maxis Match again. Once again, this house didn't feel like I could use Felixandre on it because his is more, I feel like, Parisian or European inspired build, and this is definitely an old Cape Cod. So this room is for the teenage daughter. I feel like this one is definitely the most realistic to a teenager or to a child. We actually had a conversation on Hey Harry's chat right before Christmas. She was putting together a teenager's room, and she was saying it didn't really feel like a teenager's room. What should you do? And so she, we told her to put the clutter and the junk around, and she just did not like that idea. But none of us really do, because you work so hard to make these rooms beautiful, and then, you know, to put the realistic stuff like a cluttered, messy teenager's room junk all over the place is, you know, it bothers you. And I kind of struggled with that too. Like this room, I'm going to say she's a neat freak, and that's why it's so clean. That's why everything is so tidy. But the teenage boy, like, I wish I had a bedspread that was Maxis Match that looked like it was just thrown all over the place. And disheveled, because I kind of think of the boy, he wants to be I guess it's technically a bodybuilder in here, but he wants to be an athlete. He wants to be a star athlete. And we're going to start working on his room in here. The parents, I feel like, let the kids kind of go a little bit wild in their bedroom. So he painted it black. He does leave some of the paneling in the room. Like the girls all had it taken down and flipped the other way so that the paneling turned into shiplap, and it's lovely. But the teenage son, who's the oldest, he was like, you know what, whatever. And I kind of imagine when they moved in here, he used his suitcases as bedside tables. He didn't really worry about getting furniture or anything like that. He's like, I don't need any of that. Because the idea in my head is that they had their third child and it started getting crowded in their house, and so eventually they saved up money to buy this huge house on the coast. And so the teenagers had they're old, like twin beds and things like that. And so the teenage son was just like, you know what, I'll take this cheap full-size bed, and then can I just have a treadmill in my room because I really want to work out. And then I do put like some basketballs and stuff all over the place for him, but just in general I feel like a teenage boy's room is way worse than that. So I do really enjoy this Peacemaker set. I think it's from the Hamptons Hideaway or Hamptons Getaway, either way. It's just so pretty. So I'm working on the master bath now. I really struggled with the idea of should I leave the paneling or should I keep it, what's going to work out best. And then of course these bathrooms are rectangles, I'm sorry. So I didn't get to put as big of like a shower and a bathtub as I usually like. So I kind of feel like the master bath is a little bit of a step down from the kids. But in this, there's only 2 people sharing it versus 3 fighting for getting to use the bathroom. But there is another one downstairs, so maybe that will alleviate some of the problems. But yeah, I just wanted to feel fresh and coastal and updated, because when you first get into this house, it's so drab and dark and dingy, and it feels like kind of like it was left in disrepair. And I know like we can't have all of it be pristine and gorgeous, but the Sims team could have worked a little bit harder, I felt like, on that one. But then again, what do I know? I'm not part of the Max's team. I don't get to make those decisions. So maybe the idea was for there to be like these huge mansions that we got to be a little bit more creative with. Maybe that's the idea. They put the rough stuff in and we have to figure it out. And I do think it all fit the theme of like the coastal New England style homes, a little bit Martha's Vineyard. But yeah, it just like the outside is amazing to me. I think it's so beautiful. And the Sims team, it really feels like maybe like, I haven't watched one of her videos in so long. What is her name? I can't think of her name. Hatsy, that's who it is. It kind of feels like Hatsy built this one. Like maybe she went to the Sims camp for cats and dogs and they saw her build this amazing thing and they're like, you know what? That's going in. But I love her builds, but maybe it's just me being a super fan. I don't know. So if you guys think this house looks like it's one of Hatsy's builds, let me know in the comments. Which, by the way, I don't know why this triggered my memory of it, but Monday's video, so Christmas, I think so. Yeah, Christmas Day's video. I said that there was a couple of things that were special about the video, and I never figured out what the last thing was that I wanted to tell you guys was special about it, and it was my 60th video. So I put it in the comments down below, but I didn't feel like re-recording the whole voiceover just to include that, because I was literally in the process of uploading it before I realized it. So so we are on video today of number 62, and I cannot believe I've put so many out. I started in October, and I've been working pretty hard, and it's actually more than that because I've done a few that I named other things, but officially this is number 62. Mondays was 60. I can't believe that I've actually followed through with this. So thank you for everybody that's been watching. I cannot wait to see where this goes. It was just kind of this crazy thing to see. I'm over halfway to 50, or that was crazy, over halfway to 100 videos already. So I can't wait to see what happens whenever I have 1,000 or 2,000 videos going up on my channel, because I would like to like clock the man hours that I put into these, because I don't get ad revenue or anything like that, but I do get the fun part of getting to talk to you guys and getting to have some fun comment conversations with mostly right now Tony Gus, sorry. And why do I keep forgetting your name, hun? My brain's not working today at all. I did decaf coffee today because my mom got me a Yeti coffee mug for Christmas, and because I use that for coffee and she's been getting on to me for drinking so much caffeine, I decided I should probably use my decaf coffee, but now my brain doesn't want to work and it's 10 a.m. and yeah, so but you know who you are. Wonderful, wonderful people that talk to me in the comment section. Which, you know, if you've never commented before and you've been watching this, or this is your first time to the video, welcome. I appreciate you hanging out with me. If you have any suggestions or anything you'd like to see me build, let me know, because I love building. I love the Sims. I love Create a Sim, which apparently you guys don't like as much, but that's okay. But I still enjoy it, and I enjoy knowing that people watch. But we're actually in the screenshots, so thank you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.